Welcome to the podcast, or welcome back. I'm so excited to be recording this. I have so much to talk about. I literally have had the most interesting last 48 hours. Have you ever had a moment where you're like, I feel like not good enough. I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, what's the point? Am I even qualified? Like, asking the question, like, am I qualified? And yes, you're qualified. You're good enough. You're amazing. And, the distraction of disappointment, shame, guilt, the uncertainty, it all stems from inaction. Like, you're not in action. You're not taking steps. You're not taking, intentional steps towards the thing that you want to do. And so, my gracious goodness, this podcast is like, I am intentionally attracting ambitious moms, ambitious mamas. You have big dreams. You're overcomers. You've overcome so much already. And, some of us are sitting here like, I want to do the thing. I want to make the thing. I want to create the thing. I want to write the book. I want to start helping people like I've been helped. And I want to give my expertise in this area. And what is holding you back? Fear. What is holding you back from doing that thing? So today I want to talk about closing 2021 strong and intentional, and rewriting things, like closing up the loops of what you did well, what you didn't do well, how do you want to make it happen moving forward, and making an action plan before the end of the year. Like, we don't start planning or goal setting in January. We need to do it now. So here it is, right now. We're going to close up 2021. Has it been interesting for you? Has it been the best year ever? Did you learn a lot? Did you grow? Like, what happened? Like, are you sitting in the same place and you're like, dang, sugar, I really missed the mark. Like, what is it looking like for you right now? I want to give you full permission to complete and remember this past year, have closure to the year, decide and understand what worked, what didn't work, and being intentional in 2021 and closing it out well, so you can create and go into 2022 with power, joy, and excitement. Does that sound like something that you would absolutely love? I know that's what I want. I want to close out this year so strong. And literally tonight, my husband and I was like, we have to do it. We're going to go on a date. The kids are going to be watched by their older sister. Like, she's amazing. She's going to take the kids. And we're going to go out. We're going to get clear. We're going to talk about our goals. We're going to sit down and have some fun talking about our 2021. We're going to close it out, and we're going to get really clear on what we want. We're going to go over our goal setting packet. We went to a goal setting seminar, and it was absolutely mind-blowing, amazing. And so there's just so much work to do. There's things that you have no idea until, you don't know until you know. You don't know what you don't know. And so with that, I'm excited. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to bring my little nuggets here for you, and we're going to get into it. Let's get into it. We are disrupting patterns. Welcome to the Sparkle Podcast for Mamas. You may be a single mom doing her best to rise above adversity. You may be married, working at home, homeschooling, or wanting to homeschool your babies. Either way, girl, you are showing up daily and doing your best, and I'm proud of you. So on this podcast, we are going to have real conversations. We are going to be opening up on real life, real time situations that moms go through. We are literally going to relate with each other on all the things that come up on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual basis. We are going to tackle situations head on, get real about them, and give you strategic, intentional action steps to take so you can conquer and overcome. You will rise and sparkle. Hey, my name is Portia Franklin. I'm a wifey, entrepreneur, and homeschooling mama raising kingdom warriors. And I'm encouraging moms to do the same as we love and lead ourselves well. So let's go. We believe in God and we pray in the name of Jesus. Okay, so let's get into it. I want to give you some things that I've received in the past week on just like setting up your year, closing out your year. So I've already touched on like closing out your year, completely brain dump the things that I've mentioned, like what did you do well? What did you not do well? What do you want the new year to look like? What goals did you have that you didn't meet? Or what goals did you have that you did meet this year? And just close out this year so strong so you can walk in the next week, like in the next month, the new year, so clear and so energized. Because I find it when I don't have clarity, and I don't have like a path to walk of understanding what I want, then I can find myself being so distracted by being pulled down by negative thoughts and like doubt and like shame, because when I'm not in alignment with what my core values are and what my core wants of like the goals that I've said I wanted, and like I'm not doing what I said I want. I'm not doing anything that would get me any closer to what I said I wanted. And why is that? Do I not believe in myself? Am I not eating right? So that is giving me lack of energy and I'm feeling foggy. Am I not taking care of my body properly? Like, what's happening that is taking you off track? So yeah, so all of that could be like, we could talk for days, right? But let me talk. So brain dump that, just number one. Number two, how are you going to make and be intentional with your new year? So getting very clear on what you want your life to look like will lead you into new goals and what the steps will look like. So reverse engineer and say, this is what I want, and break it down to quarterly things that you can, look at and get closer to those ultimate goal by breaking it down. So like me, I want to lose 20 pounds, and I started a month ago on this consistent health journey and I failed. I totally fell off the boat, and I didn't walk out like Peter. Okay. I was not on water. I just fell out of the boat. Okay. And so I have to get back in the boat. I have to start rowing. I have to start spinning my bicycle and eating less sugar, right? And I said I was going to do that. I even announced it and everything. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And yeah, no, that didn't happen. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. What did you do? Great. I was homeschooling my kids amazingly. Like, we are so ahead of the game in curriculum. What else did I do right? My house is getting organized. I am decluttering, and my home is, becoming a sanctuary. Like don't beat yourself up. Count your wins. You're winning at something, right? And so yeah, what do you want that to look like? So, breaking down, habits create results. And so literally you and I, let's do this together. Okay. Let's talk about the quality of life we want. Let's talk about areas, maybe pick 3 areas that you're like, I want to increase my relationship with God. I want to increase my income, and I want to increase my health. So what does that look like? And break that down and really brain dump. But how are you going to take steps to get there? Kind of thing. And so when you are going into creating your 2022, figure out what you want your goals to be. Pick every quarter. I would say every 90 days. You can change anything in 90 days. So every 90 days, take and pick 3 things that you intentionally want to work on, maybe even 2, because if you chose 1 to intentionally work on, maybe that would even be better. But what are the 3 things that you want to work on? I'm intentionally, like, my words for the season are consistency and healing. I want to be healed and I want to be consistent. So what does that look like for me? What does that look like moving into 2022? I'm not going to beat myself up for what I didn't do. I am going to praise and celebrate what I did do and then move forward and go, okay, so what is it going to look like now, right now, moving forward? Quarter goals, like what are your first quarter goals? How are you going to work? And it was put out to me like this. There's 4 quarters in the year, and we could break it down, a rhythm and a flow. Finding a rhythm and a flow for your life. And maybe the first quarter is where you prepare and you plant. And this is kind of like farming. And you prepare and you plant. You prepare the field, you plant, right? So maybe you are preparing, like you're getting clear on what you want and you're planting seeds. You're going out and you're doing the thing. And then the second quarter of the year, you are taking a little time because you have to wait. You have to wait for the seeds to, the seeds that you planted, they have to take root. And so you're kind of just waiting, and you can do some family stuff. And then quarter 3, you get back in to the grind a bit with the harvest collection, because now your seeds have taken root, they've had time to grow, and now you're harvesting. And then quarter 4, which is like November, like October, November, December, where all of these holidays come up. So you can really, you're still working, you still have your main things, and you're taking intentional steps towards them, but maybe not as hard in quarter 4. So you get to celebrate, and you get to look at your harvest, and you get to celebrate all of the things, and then spend time with your family. It's the holidays and all of that. So maybe you don't need to hustle and bustle in that time frame, right? Mentally set up for your rhythm and a flow for the new year. How are you going to break up your year, and how are you going to track it? So I love a good 90 days. I love the 4 quarters every 90 days. Again, I believe you can change anything in 90 days with intention and specific strategy of how you're going to do that. So breaking that down and making it happen. So to end this, so it's not so long, I'm really excited to just talk to you this week, because I did mention in the beginning that I had a couple rough days, and the enemy can sneak in and start to feed you lies, and maybe you believe it, but we're always working on ourselves. We're always working on something. So people might ask you, like, how often do you work? Like, what is going on? Like, and you're like, I actually am working all the time. If I'm not working my business, I'm working my family. I'm working on my family. I'm working on myself. So you're always working on something. And so you want to make value-based decisions on everything that we do. So throughout the year, if we can, start the year right with the clear intentions, like I've been talking about, then and if you didn't listen to my core values podcast, I would absolutely suggest go and listen to the core values and how they're affecting your life. But I honestly, today, I've recently just got a huge, deep understanding. Core values actually are the success foundation to every area of your life. You take core values into your relationships, into your personal life, into your business life, and with your employees and with your team. Core values sets the tone, and it gives you a conviction check like I've never seen before. Like, we implemented core values in our family just recently. And literally, it has changed the complete tone of our life and the peace that is coming into our home, and the tidiness. Can I just mention the tidiness that has been eluding us? Like, it is clean. And everybody understands that this is a core value, that we honor excellence and we honor each other. And so by doing that, we're going to clean up after ourselves, and we are going to make our space excellent. And I'm like, Lord, thank you, Jesus, for this concept that is giving me all the results that I desire, and it brings mommy peace. Like, mama is experiencing peace because people are understanding our core values and they are aligning and they are acting accordingly, right? Like, so taking our core values into every area of our life helps us make value-based decisions. And so it helps us to make it, just decision making is easier because we know what aligns and what doesn't align with us now. And oh my gosh, if you have not done the exercise that I give you for free, that me and my husband actually paid for, like, I'm giving this to you for free, go watch the core values, click the link and get the exercise, download it. If you have any questions about it, hit me up on Instagram and I would love to chat with you in regards to it. But you guys, it is life-changing. And I'm still in real time, I'm still digging down and I'm getting clear on my personal core values. I have a good idea of what I value, but there's the exercise that I've received all of the words and the things from my friends and family, and I have to go in there and I have to really dive deep into those and then pick out what really aligns with me so I can create more clarity for myself. I'm seeking more clarity right now. So that getting core values for yourself is going to help so much. And I'm doing it. So do it with me. I highly suggest to go listen to, again, my podcast on the core values. I'll link it in the show notes. But yeah, pretty much it's life-changing. And that's like, let's just be intentional and mentally set ourselves up for success. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's a cliche saying, but it is so stinking true. And the battlefield of the mind is real, and we have to arise and shine every single day and fight these negative things. And so with affirmations and with positive things that we need to speak out loud to ourselves and remind ourselves and declare, I am an overcomer. I am confident. I am beautiful. And I do it with my kids actually, and it's pretty amazing, you know, just to watch them. And our kids go through things, but ultimately they have a pretty solid understanding of who they are, right? And I've been doing declarations with them for a very long time, and I've been just a positive advocate of speaking, and our words are very powerful. And so we need to be very intentional with our words because they, you know, we reap what we sow with our words. And my goodness, it is just so important. So that's a whole nother topic, but yeah, that's it. So I had a couple off days that set me back. Today, I wrapped up so many things. I'm closing a lot of loops in my office. And so I will be up late tonight working. And I love it all. But yeah, that's it that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. If it resonated with you, if any of this that I shared today makes sense, if it doesn't make sense and you want clarification on anything, please connect with me on Instagram and DM me. And please check the show notes. Again, if, you know, for all of the information that I'm sharing with you, and screenshot this, post it on Instagram and tag me on Instagram. Let me know in the reviews, are you loving the content? What's going on? Leave a 5-star review and share with a friend. Of course, I appreciate it so very much. This is my dream passion project that I was so afraid to start, this podcast. And it took me over 1.5 years to actually push record and do this. So just know that I appreciate you, and I pray that the words that are landing on your ears are falling into good soil and taking seed, and it will help you, right? Like, I really hope and pray that what I'm sharing will help. So if it is, let me know. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next one.